I played here last year with the Swedish Chamber Orchestra. The Swedish Chamber Orchestra presented a concert of different composers writing variations or reactions to Bach's Brandenburg concertos. And so we performed that here last year. And I think after that concert, I spoke with Michael Gassman about doing something for this year. And he suggested using the Wunderhorn poems as a text. Many composers, including Mahler, that I'm really into Mahler's music, but other composers like Mendelssohn and Brahms all set those poems, and they're really important poems. So I selected 4 poems from the book of poetry, and it was hard actually to select different ones because I wanted some of them to have sort of a folk-like character. A lot of the poems are very, they're about love lost, innocence lost. Some of them are very cynical. It's like folk poetry, that they're sort of telling these tales, but there's sort of a hidden message behind them. And I wanted to have different characters. So each of the 4 songs sort of is about a different thing, and the music is a little bit different. For me, especially when you write a big piece like that for orchestra, it's a lot of work to do it, and you're preparing the parts and also the piano vocal version, so it's a lot of work is invested in it. So of course I'm very curious and excited to hear what it's going to sound like in the end. And a lot of it, I think the music that I wrote to accompany those poems is sort of a commentary on the poems. The first one is a very sort of like a celebration of life, and let's just have a good time in our life because we only live once. The second one is sort of a woman who has been betrayed by her lover and lies at night thinking about what could have happened, but also some anger. But it's a very sort of placid, sad song. The third one is a folk tale. It's sort of about a Jewish daughter that goes out into the world and is rejected. And so she ends very sadly, and she leaves her village and probably commits suicide. So the song follows the arc of the words. And the last one is sort of about death. And death is a gardener he's talking to all the little flowers and saying, enjoy your life now, you're beautiful, but there'll come a day when it'll be finished. And in a way, it ends with sort of an acceptance of death, which is something that's very typical in Mahler's music, where you have a lot of things happening, but then at the end, like at the end of the Song of the Earth, it's just this resignation and acceptance. And so in a way, I was thinking about all those things when I wrote the music.